Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's the rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments, you get priority reply. No instant, that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace.
What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Most exciting man in boxing. Exciting man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellas Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Man, here, man. 122 pounder, 10-5, man. Watch the Goodfellas Sports TV, bro.
Shout out to my friends from Goodfellas TV, from Alexis Too Sexy Salazar.
Hey, qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella, de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
All right, man, let's get this thing going. I wasn't even planning to go live. I told you I don't go live, but Tom Business sent me this interview of Derrick James after the fight. I never watched the full interview, never got an opportunity to. Didn't want to watch the full interview until he told me what he said, and I went and watched the interview. And what he was saying, it's his opinion, but there was some hypocrisy in this interview that he was talking about. And I'm about to cook. Trying to get it done before the draft. Run out, got a few things to do before the draft. Go grab me something to eat, and got to stop at Family Dollar. But let's get to it. Ricky E. Flat Out TV in the building first. Salute, Ricky Eves. Welcome to New York City. Clarissa says Spence is the prime. Is the prime EXT of nowhere to run. No exit, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He has no choice but to fight. But now, Joey, with my boy Joey Chaz out. What's going on? So we can play some of this interview. I'm gonna wait till people fall in a little bit more. But what he said. What he said. Well, he alluded to that they age. Well, he pretty much said that they aging Bud out. That's what he said. He said they aging Bud out, and then he went on and said that he compared Terence Crawford to Roy Jones Jr. And when Ben Thompson said, well, Crawford known for his IQ, he said that he Roy Jones Jr. He didn't even say Roy Jones' name. He said he that fighter that always talking shit about Bud and they name, like what Tim Bradley they said he said go up higher in name. He couldn't even say Roy Jones' name. And one reporter said, who, Roy Jones? He said, yeah, that guy. He that guy. He was saying that Terence Crawford's athleticism has fallen off, and he basically said that he really ain't skilled. He really don't have no IQ. And fine, he could be selling the fight, but in another vein, he said he ain't really never watched Terence Crawford fight. He said he might have looked at him 1 or 2 times, and when the fight done, they'd be hitting the film, and that's some bullshit. Because at one point, I believe he said that he wasn't ready for Terence Crawford. So like I said before, he could be selling the fight. Eastside League, what up, though? Appreciate the love, support, and the super chat. So like I said before, man, they can talk all they want to talk, but the truth will come out. Now, is it a chance that Bud get in there and he get old? Yes, we've seen Shane Mosley get old overnight. You know what I'm saying? We've seen other guys, Bernard Hopkins get old, get real old versus Joe Smith Jr. You know, Kovalev was at his hot streak. Kovalev was at his peak. You know, maybe they thought Bernard had one more. So, like I said before, you know, he gets in there and he says that, you know, he don't have no IQ. He all predicated on athleticism. Now, you know, somebody could run off with that narrative. And, you know, he's a boxer trainer. He know more than us. But, you know, like I said before, I call hogwash on that shit he talking about. Just my opinion. Joey says Spence about to lose that. Derrick James selling agenda tickets to Spence fanboys. Drizzy KO. Jaguar Black. He said, "What's good? Just stopping by. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Shout out to Jaguar Black. That's a hell of a name right there. That's a hell of a emblem. I mean, logo too. Love that. So like I said before, man, I hadn't seen this. I promise you, the guy, you know, you know, and he gets in here and he said basically, you know, he mad at Roy Jones for calling how Roy Jones see it. You know, that Errol Spence was ducking. Now, you know, is that true? I mean, shit, you know, you seen the interviews. First, you call the dude out. You say get a belt. Let's fight. You know, you get a belt. Then it was you on the wrong side of the street. You nitpick his resume, which anybody could nitpick your resume and say, you know, if one of the reporters, you know, if they was one concerned about losing their credentials, they could say, you know, y'all fought Keith Thurman's leftovers. You know, but then again, you know, like Bruce Vane say, at the end of the day, bro, it's about to be assassination day. It's about to be, you know, it's about to be fire on that ass. You know, and they still gonna try to find a way to push an agenda, you know, well, you know, he was snacking. There's always some type of it's a whole book from Errol Spence fans. All Crawford fans wanted from the beginning, let's just fight. All boxing fans, real boxing fans wanted, let's just fight. Like I said, from his hardcore, even his regular supporters, they always thought, oh man, you know, they always protect him too. At the end of the day, bro, they the bottom line is what he's saying is true. They aged out Terence Crawford. They did. But the problem is Errol Spence made some mistakes and aged out himself. When have you ever seen Errol Spence right back in the gym since becoming a world champion after fighting? You haven't seen it. Why he back in the gym? Because he already know what time it is. He already know what time. Like Derrick James said in the interview, you know, that fight could be coming sooner than later. He already know what time it is. He know what time it is. I keep saying that. He know. You know, do we think he can win? He's a fighter. Or, you know, he just don't want to get embarrassed like Oscar Valdez. Who knows? But they know. That's why his ass right back in the gym. He wasn't right back in the gym after fighting Sean Porter. That nigga was in the streets. After he beat Kell Brook, that nigga went home, probably was in the streets. He beat Ocampo, that nigga was in the streets. He beat Lamont Peterson in the streets. Now all of a sudden you beat Ugas and now your ass right back in the gym. You know what time it is. Now, you know, do we think he can win? He looked good versus Dennis Ugas. You know what I'm saying? He looked good. But do we think he won't win or he don't want to get embarrassed? And like I said before, Bud can fall off a cliff. People say, well, don't get scared now. I've always been rational about this. When it comes to the X's and O's, I'm always been rational. Spence looked a lot better than he looked when he fought Sean Porter, when he fought Dennis Ugas, just physically. Just don't take away the opponent. Just look at him physically. He look a lot better. You know, now that's the juice or that's just the new nutritionist. Hey, that's up to y'all to decide. He's a clean fighter till proven otherwise. Because the commissions they do administer drug tests and they have caught fighters in the past. EJ has aged more while they tried to age out, but a lot of that is self-inflicted wound. Tyrese out to Tyrese Bowie. You know, that's self-inflicted wound. They didn't accommodate that. Now moving up to fight Canelo, that seemed impossible. You know, if Canelo ain't about to give you what Chris Rock asked for, and I'm gonna get you sucker. He said, I just want a red bone, just one bone. He said, one bone. No, that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Canelo about to throw him one bone. Canelo not about to come down to 164.5. He'll come down to 168, but he ain't gonna grant Errol Spence no catch weight. He ain't gonna grant that nigga no catch weight. So they got to do this, man. And for the company, with Wilder, you don't know if Wilder gonna fight again. You know, even with Tyson Fury dropping the belt, Wilder might just say F it. Because, you know, everybody got a gun. You know, everybody smiling Wilder's face. We got a pistol pointed or a shotgun or a sniper, SK pointed at his damn back when he got his back turned. Even Al Heyman, he took the IBF and made Anthony Joshua heavyweight champion. You know, fiduciary duty. You know? And now Heyman want to get mad at Eddie Hearn. Like, nigga, like, bruh, you gave me Charles Martin and made my fighter even more of attraction. Your fault. Chris said another fighter is hitting that you are ducking, then that's what it is. Fighters know if fighters can be made if they want to. If they want, they say if they want it. And they know it. Like a lot of fighters, that don't mean that Errol Spence can't win. They said Danny was ducking Matisse. Then he fought him in a timely manner. This is what it is. And like I said about, what Derrick James said, he sit there and laughed and saying they just aging him out. And that's what he said. That's what he said. That's why he compared him to Roy Jones. It wasn't that, they don't fight him and Roy don't fight nothing like. He said that, Crawford is dependent. I'm going to play it. He depended on athleticism, like Roy Jones. He don't have no real technique. Athleticism or not, Bernard Hopkins had one of the best fundamentals that you will find in any fighter. He still lost. Just after he still lost to Calzaghe. He still lost to Sergey Kovalev. He still lost to Joe Smith Jr. And you probably do have to have athleticism to a certain amount of fundamentals to last in this game. But at the end of the day, when it's your time, it's your time. And people say, well, Roy diminished his career by fighting past his prime. Like, that don't take away at his peak. He'll beat Derrick James and Errol Spence in the ring together. Beat the fuck out of them. And Sean Porter was on this podcast, the one they talked about Fury, and people were saying somebody criticized him about putting Roy Jones in his top 5, and he explained how, he really wasn't a boxing historian. And my thing about it is, like, Roy Jones, your top 5, that's not too wow. Like, dude, at his peak, like, dog, like, when you talk about at 160 pounds, like, the only couple guys I could think of that's gonna give him a problem is like Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Robinson. Come on, think about that company. At 168 pounds, he is the greatest 168 pounder. He did beat James Toney. Don't see nobody beating him. At 175, it's an argument. Michael the Jinx Spinks, Archie. People say Michael Moore in there. So, what I'm saying? Even though I don't think Michael Moore actually held a world title because WBO was right, but he was hell of a light heavyweight. Hell of a light heavyweight. So, like I said before, they can continue to it's here now, and all you're doing is diminishing your own win. And if he beats Crawford was the best thing since sliced bread. I'm already telling you how it's gonna go. I'm already telling y'all, what the 411 is, and that's the honest truth. You say you think Bud old 34, 35. I mean, you asked the question when Shane Mosley fought Floyd, wasn't he about 34, 35? People say he was old. 34, 35 in any sport ain't no spring chicken. It ain't your prime. Name me a sport. Maybe you could say heavyweight is because you ain't got to cut weight. So, of course, 32 ain't no spring chicken neither. Errol Spence is. I think somebody told me a while ago, the average prize fighter prime is maybe between 28 and 32. And every individual is made different. When was Floyd prime? You ask Floyd, he said he started slowing down around 29, 30. But if you ask the fan on the timeline, the performances, he did have dips versus Victor Ortiz. He didn't look physically that good. He had dips versus Cotto, even though that was a great fight. He had a bad Madonna first fight, but, he found a way to win. And you're not going to peak every Saturday night, no matter how diligent and how smart you are, how hard work you are. So it all depends. Some people say, my boy Latique say Crawford, don't use his legs at 47 and that he could be slowing down. Hey, that could be the truth. But I look at it that like Floyd Mayweather jumped up to 40 and he stopped moving his legs. Well, my bad. He said Mosley was 38, Kofi, my bad. So, yeah. Mosley was a lot older than Bud. But like I said before, when you look at shout out to Kofi Universe, subscribe to his channel. But when you look at, saying it depends. To me, some people say, oh, he stopped using his legs. I mean, shit. The proof's in the pudding. He don't have to use his legs. Floyd went to 140. Floyd started planting. He stopped using his legs as much. He said, it's a video he talked about. I had to find it. Why he don't fight with a rhythm. At one point, he fought with a rhythm. So you got to make adjustments when you move up in weight. And one of the biggest adjustments that Terence Crawford made is I don't have to use my legs as much. If Rashawn Porter, he used his legs still. He didn't lose it where he got to bounce around, But the only fight I really seen that he used his legs like that at 40 was Victor Postal. You know, he could pick up his feet. Versus Sean Porter, he moves. Like, he don't have to move. He planting now to punch through the target. He comfortable. He's physically comfortable at the weight now. So, like I said before, Floyd stopped using his legs at 140 for the most part. Versus Baltimore at 47, he did move a lot, but he didn't have Roger in his corner. Rest in peace to the Black Mamba, Roger Mayweather. But like I said before, man, how can we argue with him knocking people out? He's not having close fights. And on the scorecards, the Sean Porter fight was close. But in reality, he, shut him down. He shut him down. That was the reality of it. He knocked him out. And people say, well, this, that, and that. Hey, it is what it is. You're right. Sean Porter is an acquired taste. You can't cross-examine, but at the end of the day, you seen what happened. And then the word, like, I heard it like a rumor that he really took it easy on Sean Porter because they boys. And I heard that from somebody close to that situation. And I ain't talking about on the Crawford side. They saying that he really took it easy on Sean Porter. So if he really did, man, he's competitive. I forgot he told Chris Algieri that he was gonna stop Spence years ago. And Algieri was like, I don't think he'd stop Spence, but he told me that he was gonna stop Errol Spence. Go look up that shit. Where Algieri told the story about how Bud told him, see my back itching, how he was gonna stop Errol Spence years ago. So, like I said before, I was listening to an interview that Sean was sending me. He did with, people say he before interview with the white people. I don't care. Where he said that he was a born fighter. He said he came out the womb with his fist balled out up. His mother's brother fought. His father, his grandfather, they all fought. He said, he had wrestling in his background too. So he said he was a born fighter. But let me read these comments and we'll cue this up. He said Earl was more like on his farm. Was more like on his farm. He said Carissa say, funny thing is Spence fans are like, look how dedicated Spence is right back in the gym. He wasn't doing that before. It's a reason why he wasn't doing that before. Shit, my back scratcher. It's a reason. The reasons that we here. Shout out to Earth Wind Fire. What do you say on Germline? He said, yeah, EWF again. He said, I know y'all want to play a little Angie Stone. He said Thurman to me thrown in between because Spence is now a corner trying to find a way out. That's just me. BS. But the fight is too close. It has to happen. It sounds like it is sooner than later. All we need to know is a date and a time. And I told y'all, if this shit in Vegas, that's the best thing about him fighting in Dallas. If he had to fight in Dallas and everything Gucci, it's going to be reasonable tickets. When you go to Vegas, everything shoot. That's why they don't want to do it in November. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I said, that's why they don't want to do it. I already tell y'all, they going to choke us out for this fight. They're going to string it along. And then when niggas want to mob there, it's going to be 1,000. If they do it at MGM Grand, they do it at Mandalay Bay, they do it at T-Mobile, they going to hike them tickets up to a band. I'm telling y'all what they going to do right now. They going to hike them tickets up to a band just to get in. Now, if they do it at a football stadium, that's why a lot of the brothers pushing for it to be in like Atlanta Falcon Stadium or Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, because you're going to have respectable ticket prices. But, man, they put it in somewhat of a basketball arena. You know what I'm saying? That shit going to be, man, they going to hike that, man. They going to hike that price up high than a motherfucker. I'm telling y'all. That shit is going to be high. I'm telling you. You just going to have to do closed circuit. That shit probably going to be high. Kobe, what's going on? He said, what's up? He said, salute to everyone in the chat. Smash the like button. Please share the content on all social media platforms. Go subscribe to Kobe Universe. Kobe, salute. He said, Mark Prinkerton, what's going on, bro? Support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. He said, I believe he gave Sean a soft touch for sure. Well, that's what they saying. If he did, man, I don't think he gonna go soft on Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an interesting fight. Because Spence just as rangy and he looked good. But like I said before, I think Crawford already got in his mind, how he want this to go or how he think it's gonna go. He probably done ran through every scenario like an overthinker. And like I said, man, they didn't build this fight to a point where if Spence loses, it's like, nigga, it's over with. And And this fight shouldn't be like that. You know, that wasn't over with when Thomas Hearns lost to Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Mike Tyson got knocked out by Buster Douglas and still clock money. So they built that shit to this point, and they put the unreasonable expectations. I'm talking about PBC and Floyd. He say, when it's all said and done, Thurman will be the next for Boots Ennis. Thurman already said he would fight Boots, and he ain't fighting him, bro. I can guarantee you that. If he fight him, I'll be surprised. Unless it's a unification. But them niggas, man, Keith Thurman might move up with everybody else. He might retire. I'm going to that fight. You know, niggas gonna act the ass in there. That's why they gonna price it high. That's why I say it might not be in Vegas, because they might not want the niggas to go. But that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. You saw this countless of they might put that whole downtown. What's downtown in Vegas? Downtown Vegas, which, you know, a lot of people like going to old Vegas. That's downtown Vegas. You know, a lot of people like going to that shit. Fremont Street. You know, they got like a pool that stay open late. Like if you go to Vegas and you like, I forget the name of the hotel, they got a pool that stay open late. You know, but yeah, hold on, I forget the name of that hotel, but it's in downtown Vegas. You know, the odds are probably better there too. Let me cue this up real quick, bro. Hold on. Hold on. Wow, I messed it up. Hold on. Here, hold on.
So spoken, but I remember I seen an interview where people kept talking about Terence, and you got like really pissed off.
I didn't. It wasn't that I got pissed off. Just like because he did what he said he was going to do. Everybody wants what they want in their own time. If they don't do that, their own life is not like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is his life. He chose to say. What did he say? Somebody can tell me. He said, "I'm going to clean out everybody on this side of the street, and then I'm going to come get you." That's what he said. So did he do that? Yeah. Okay. So what's everybody talking about? Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Everybody Terence said, "No man." He said he did what he said he was going to do. So it wasn't that I was pissed off. It's just like, man, you just got to be like. He said he did exactly. He's a man of his word. He did exactly what he said he was going to do.
Derrick, who's the better puncher when it goes down? Crawford got 10 knockouts to the row, but Spence looks like the heavy-handed, natural.
10 knockouts in the row against who?
Some solid guys along the way. Sean Porter.
To be fair, he did stop Sean Porter.
Sean Porter's daddy said I was going to stop the fight before the fight. Didn't he say that? Mm-hmm. So what does that mean?
I think
No. What that meant was he was showing Sean he's still the boss. There was a power struggle going on in the ring. And what did Sean do when his dad did stop the fight? What did he do? He retired and didn't tell him. Ask him when the last time he talked to his dad. The night they was in the corner. He had not spoken to him anymore.
So Derrick is.
So that was the power struggle going on. The father wanted to prove him that he still was the boss.
Derrick, I just wanted to kind of piggyback off Sean's statement when he said Crawford has 10 knockouts in a row, and then you said again too. So are you kind of saying that Crawford?
I'm just saying he didn't face the same competition, same level of competition.
But are you kind of also saying that Crawford's power is a little bit overstated?
I mean, I don't know. I never seen him fight like 2 or 3 times. I don't watch a lot of boxing. I do not watch boxing, but I started watching him when we started trying to get a fight. Right when they come, they set the date. Start watching. I'm not gonna
Derrick, does it excite you the idea to know Jermell? You know his next fight is for Undisputed, and Errol, we're hoping his next fight's for Undisputed. Does that excite you to know?
We don't get that, but now I think that I don't think about it, man. Because you think about those trinkets, you can't focus on the situation.
Well, you don't have a situation right now.
No, I'm saying you can't focus on the fight. The fighters are them getting better. Because I'm thinking about the prize. And I'm missing steps in between that because I'm putting one thing before the other. I live every day step by step. So I have to focus on something every day to perfect it so what we can get what we need from Brian Simon.
Can you kind of explain what makes Terence Crawford so great?
He's a good fighter, man. Terence Crawford is a phenomenal athlete. Phenomenal athleticism. That's what it is. It's athleticism. But athleticism is always fleeting. Remember that. Athleticism is fleeting. And when you get to a certain point, whatever age it is, I don't know what it is, Look at the other fighter that loves him to death. He talks about it. You know that guy? What's his name?
Tim Bradley.
Used to be a champ.
Tim Bradley.
No.
Andre Ward?
Undisputed champ. He talks about Errol like he's all. No. The other one.
Tim Bradley.
Heavier.
He's the undisputed.
There we go.
Roy Jones.
Phenomenal athlete, right? Athleticism left.
But I mean, that's a fair point. But I think usually when people talk about Crawford, the first thing they mention is IQ, as opposed
Hey
to.
man, listen, man. I'm telling you what I see. I mean, listen. Athleticism is very quick, like a cat. His movement.
Have you already seen that decreasing?
No, I honestly, I think he's gonna look great. He's looking phenomenal. You're not decreasing, man.
Derrick.
Listen to that part again.
Have you seen that decreasing?
No, I honestly, I think he's gonna look great. He's looking phenomenal. You're not decreasing, man.
So you had to really see. You really had to see his face when he said that. Which he said that, I don't really see no decrease in his athleticism. He said I don't really see no decrease in his athleticism. And he said that kind of with some type of figure of speech or, and if you talk about, he said, I only seen him fight once or twice or 2 or 3 times, right? But then how you know so much about him? And then how you know if his athleticism dropped? Like, you just start watching the last couple fights. Then how you know what kind of athleticism he had 10 fights ago, 5 fights ago, 3 fights before that? Like I said before, he just told you right then and there that that's why they're taking this fight, because they think he's slowing down. And that's boxing in a nutshell. Don't nobody want to be first to the buffet to lay the blueprint to be the first to beat somebody. Everybody just want to beat around the bush, right? Everybody just want to beat around the bush. Wait till you look vulnerable, then they want to jump in the ring and be willing to fight you, right? Don't nobody want to be first to the plate, to the table to get them hands. And like I said before, that's why I fuck with Danny Garcia so heavy as a fighter, because Danny Garcia didn't wait till Matisse started slowing down. Danny Garcia, he took that fight in a timely manner, and he laid the blueprint on how to beat Lucas Matisse with nobody. When he was stopping Lamont Peterson in one round, a couple rounds, Mike Dallas in one round, when he was killing shit, when he was really a killer, Danny Garcia stepped in there when he was really a killer. That's why I really talk about him having to fight fucking Jerron Ennis. He already, he fought more killers than all these niggas did. When he stepped in, when Matisse was stopped, when he was looking at motherfuckers and stopping them, and they were scared, and he fought them. And this is what everybody be doing. That's why they really be marinating them big fights. When it's somebody like Brian Castanos with Charlo, it ain't no marination. But had that been Terence Crawford, they would have been marinating that whole the same way. He told you right then and there that, I think he's based it on his athleticism. Come on. And some people can say, well, that's an ignorant comment by Derrick James. Could be, couldn't be. Because we seen Terence Crawford making adjustments. This the same Derrick James that somebody told me that, fighters don't need to make adjustments. They just need doing the same thing and be in shape. I don't know if he really said that. But like I said before, he just let you know that's why they aged him out. Everybody know in boxing that know anything behind the scenes. Everybody know that they aged this man out. Everybody know it, bro. This wasn't about build no fucking fight, dude. Pacquiao Mayweather wasn't about build no fight. Mayweather was scared shitless of that nigga in 2007, 8, 9. He didn't want no smoke. None. Now, people can say, well, maybe it was the catchweight. Hell no. If it was the catchweight, they could have fought with no rehydration cloth. Floyd was scared shit. It ain't about marinating and building fights. It's about waiting for your op to slow down. That's what it's about. It's about waiting for guys to slow down, dude. And I'm not saying, that it ain't done before. Sugar Ray Leonard did it with Marvin Hagler after he fought John Mugabe, the Beast Mugabe. John the Beast Mugabe, man, they know what type of game they playing. And if Terence Crawford was all based on athleticism and you seen a big decrease in athleticism, why your fighter right back in the gym? Come on. Why you tell this nigga to stop drinking and stay focused after all the close calls, after all the shit he done been around between gang beef, niggas getting stumped out, Stand right. Why now you telling this nigga to take the car out of reverse and put it down on hole and drive? Why he getting right back in? They know what time it is. This fight, if they win, they win. But I'm gonna tell you this: it's about them not getting embarrassed. It's about them not getting fucking embarrassed. And I heard if they do fight that, and he do beat Terence Crawford, Jermell Charlo next. So, like I said before, it's about not getting embarrassed. That's what this fight about. And Crawford ain't said shit. Keyshawn Davis they laughing. You know why? People saying, oh, he back in the gym. Well, Terence Crawford stay in the gym. Everybody talk about Terence Crawford and, not talking to him. Crawford got a free gym in his neighborhood. He said it's free for anybody to walk up in there. Now, you got to pay for your mouth guard and shit like that. But I'm pretty sure if you couldn't afford that, Crawford would buy a whole bunch of mouth guards and gloves and shit and headgear. Pretty sure about that. This a man who ain't leave Omaha and, move to motherfucking LA or something like that. I've seen people walk up to Crawford, and he give him a picture and talk to him and all that shit. So, like I said, miss me with that. And even if that was the case when he walk around and, he didn't want to talk, act stank, whatever, so be it. That's his prerogative. You don't have to stop and give you no time. Eminem talked about that, how he was tired of talking to fans and they sliding shit papers up under the stall, wanting him to interview and autograph. He's trying to hide from fans and not going out in public. Man, some people just different. But he said no respect if it sounds it's but on the undercard they have good Mexican card. That man, dude, I'm just want to be there. Shit, I don't even care about the undercard, man. I'm probably gonna sit through the whole card. Might leave and go back to my room for a minute, but shit. Don't be surprised if Spence and Bud happens overseas. A lot of niggas can't go. Yeah. I ain't got no passport neither. I need to get on that. He's out here, Floyd. Now y'all asked for this fight. Now y'all better support this. It's why I said Mexican built money made. My own people abandoned me. Man, I ain't trying to hear that shit by Floyd. You already know PBC gonna have a shitty. Well, I ain't really concerned about it, bro. We can be in the concourse chopping it up, betting, shooting dice. I bring the dice for y'all niggas. Shit, being that bit, find the table and start playing spades for all the hell I care, nigga. We can bet money, play dominoes. What y'all want to do? Shit. He was mad. Bud stopped Porter. Yeah, first he say, well, what the fuck he say? He said that Daddy stopped the fight. And then on the PBC podcast, he said, well, Sean Porter is past his prime. Errol Spence softened him up. I'm paraphrasing. That's what he said. So where is it, dude? Where is it? Was it Kenny Porter threw the towel in and he stopped the fight? Because if we talking about he's retiring his daddy, he didn't know. His daddy said that. He said in training he could see that Sean Porter wasn't, I'm paraphrasing, as committed to him. He already knew he was retired. And Sean just addressed and put a picture of them, with his family. They live across the street, so it's hard to talk about. So was it that his daddy stopped the fight for personal gain and to show that he was the boss? Or was it that Errol Spence softened up Sean Porter? Which one is it, bro? And that's why I don't with them, dude. That's why I don't F with them. It's exactly why they push narrative. They create narrative. They recycle narratives from the internet. And now ain't nowhere to run. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nowhere to run. And it's about not getting ran out that ring. And the best thing about them is to keep talking shit about Crawford and try to use his aggression against him. You know what I'm saying? Just like you chilling with Jermell Charlo and you start talking, you start irritating Charlo, and he just get mad and get more reckless. That's their best chance versus Terence Crawford. Is to take his aggression away. But the thing about Crawford, when he at his best, honestly, is when he focused. In all the real big fights he been in, Gamboa, Postal, say what you want to say, Danny Duck Postal, paid him not to fight him. Postal, Horn, and Sean Porter, he stepped that shit up. So where you think he gonna go for a legacy fight? You already pissed him off. He had to cross the street. He had to take all this slander, all this trolling, but he used that aggression against that nigga. And the thing about it is, on his best fights, he fight discipline. And he's just so able to step it up. You know, and we know Errol Spence ain't gonna make no adjustment. They just keep doing what they're doing. They just step up the pace. And that might be too much. Who knows? You know, you can have 50,000 styles, you know, and still losing. One motherfucker got one style and it's the right style. It's the right lotto. It's the right combination. That's what I'm saying. But, you know, if Crawford, you know, make an adjustment, or if Crawford got him figured out when he fight, you know, it's going to be interesting. But I tell you this right now, you know, if they banking on that nigga not to have no legs and not to have no athleticism and sit there and get beat on like Ordinas Ugas, man, you mistake. You're gonna have to earn that. You're gonna have to go earn that shit. He said him not watching Bud fight is big cat. Facts. Fresh Press 402. He said he basically admitting that he aged Bud out. He did. He did. What is your what? If you know his athleticism, you know, he's quick like a cat. I don't even really be like, you know, like I don't really pay attention to like how fast he is per se. He is. I be paying attention to how he systematically break dudes down. You know, if he need to throw body shots, man, he throw body shots. You know, if y'all say he a slow starter, he step it up and come out fast versus Amir Khan. If he need to fight discipline and really move, he'll move like Victor Postal. You know, if he need to fight on the inside, you know, he'll do you like Jeff Horn. People talking about, well, you know, if he can't fight on the inside, man, nigga, Errol Spence can't fight on the inside. If you watch the Sean Porter fight, that nigga got spent like he was like one of the four tops. He got spent that whole fight. Anybody knowing to fight on the inside would not allow Sean Porter to continue to turn them on the ropes. And then he banging with Sean Porter. And he ain't even, you know, he ain't talking about fundamentals, Derrick. He ain't even, you know, he ain't even becoming a smaller target. Go watch when he got Sean Porter on the ropes. He not even in the proper position, or he don't even know how to grab, how to hold Sean and beat Sean with the other hand. And he don't even know how to, when he cut the ring off, Spence is like Kovalev, bro. Once you get past the straight punches and get inside, you can win. But it's hard to get in there, I will say. But you talking about him being a great inside fighter versus Sean Porter. This dude was standing straight the fuck up. He had Porter on the ropes. That's why Porter was able to spin him out of there. Had he shortened his target up and had he engaged Sean Porter and closed and really got in there and did his work, he wouldn't have been straight up. He would have you know, made his target smaller, got down, tucked his chin. He would have been working Sean Porter. And when Sean Porter tried to spin out, he would have had to spin out the way he wanted Sean to spin out, because he would have already had Sean Porter. He would already had Sean Porter pinned on the ropes or had his arm held on one side. And if Sean would have spent out to the other way, he would have had some shit waiting for Sean. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking inside fighter, bro. Tell you that right now. Devin Haney probably better inside fighter than him. Lather salute. He been studying Bud, man. Of course he had, bro. They letting you know right now. Well, I think he slowed down. I already know what he's looking at. He's saying that he not moving as much no more. If they said the shit about Floyd, remember when Floyd had fought I forget, it was the Cotto fight. And they said, well, you know, Floyd legs gone and Floyd don't have legs. That's why niggas was picking Canelo. And Floyd went out there and said, man, come on. Dilo salute. He said Jaguar Black said he right. He said let him cool down a little bit. Johnson salute. He said dog hit Roy right on true about Roy when his speed left. He was done. Man, who can do what Roy did though? Who can do what Roy did? Because Roy probably beat the dog walk shit out of Errol Spence today. If he being real. Who did what Roy did? It don't matter. Anytime anybody slow down. When Mike Tyson when he bulked up, it was a wrap. When Muhammad Ali lost his athleticism, it was a wrap. So you let me know who had fundamentals and it extended their career 5-10 years at an elite level. Who? Bernard Hopkins? He still was losing in there between Chad Dawson. You know what I'm saying? Having debatables with John Pascal. So what he talking about is bullshit. And what they don't tell you was Roy Jones moved all the way up to heavyweight, like 193 pounds versus John Ruiz. Hold on. Versus John Ruiz. He got the heavyweight title. He moved up in complete muscle. They said he put all straight muscle on to move up and fight John Ruiz. And when he came down, he still beat Antonio Tarver. He came all the way back down to light heavyweight. And he still beat Antonio Tarver. And I don't care what Tarver said, he lost that fight. Old Roy Jones, who was slow. You know what I'm saying? He, and like I said before, Roy Jones probably one of the best 5 fighters I've seen. Straight up and down. Don't care what nobody say. Could nobody fade Roy at his peak. It's only a few fighters that could fade him. He went up to 193 pounds versus John Ruiz and came all the way back down the same year. The same year he fought John Ruiz, March 1st, 2003. In November 2008, he fought Antonio Tarver. He came all the way back down, and you can tell the difference. You look at the Ruiz fight, you look at fights before the Ruiz fight, you can see the physical difference. People say, well, he should have just fought Buster Douglas, or he should have just fought Holyfield, or he should have just went to cruiserweight. Money at cruiserweight. I believe his father spoke out against fighting one of them dudes. So, like, them motherfuckers say one thing, but they don't tell the whole story, bro. He took a risk, and then he came and took a risk the same year and came back down. That's almost 20-pound difference, bro. Difference. Well, like he went up to 180 and 185, and then they said he moved up to 193 pounds, all muscle. All muscle. So if we're gonna tell the entire time, could nobody fade Roy? If Roy all athleticism, go look at why Roy was so had great IQ when he was on HBO, and go listen to Roy talk about boxing. Everybody got something to say. Well, Roy didn't have no chin. That nigga came whoop Roy in his prime, and even Tarver knocked him out. He still beat Tarver first, coming back down almost 20 pounds. He still beat him. No matter how you cut the cake. Come on, he didn't have to give Antonio Tarver no goddamn shot, no way. But he gave him a shot. So we can talk about athleticism all you want to. And you take Errol Spence speed away. What you got? Come on, you take anybody athleticism away. Come on, this dude was here in pro in 1989. 89, between 89 and 2003, that dude was started off at 154 pounds. People forget, well, he twinkled around 54. He fought one guy at 154, but he fought he fought 155. He won 154, fight for a minute. 160 did his thing. So 60, 68, 75 heavyweight. Who come on? Who really fucking with Roy? Who? Floyd Mayweather tell you that. Nobody fucking with Roy. No, I mean, you talking about Hagler at 60, Hagler, and probably Sugar Ray Robinson. That's it. Them have to be 15-round fights. But that's fucking Ray Robinson. You know what I'm saying? That's Ray Robinson. He said Bud fought Poster coming off stopping Lucas Matisse. He did. Shout out to D-Lo for boxing. Subscribe to him. Shout out to Atlanta. Said Terence Crawford be everything. He got to be everything. He got to be Spence. He 35. Y'all ain't no damn Floyd, but he was taking care of his body better than Spence. Bud don't smoke, drink, none of that. Well, yeah, that also helped. But at the same time, Errol Spence could fall off a cliff. 32 ain't a spring chicken neither. When you're talking about combat sports and you're talking about cutting weight, said if the fighters don't need to make adjustments, that could be one reason why Derrick James fighter all fight the same. Yep. And they don't never fight premium top fucking fighters. You know what I'm saying? And when they do fight fighters, they got their number, they struggle. So with that said, my comment about him, they throwing Thurman in there for a reason could actually be true. Could be. I don't think he's gonna fight Thurman though at this point. Maybe after this. When did fighters start getting praised for being in the gym and staying in shape? In this era. Said Crawford ain't even the most athletic fighter. That comment was inaccurate. There you go. Sean Porter probably is. And he was athletic to the day he left, but that's Sean Porter. Spence versus Budgate going to be expensive, but the fight is worth it. Yep, but they can just do it at a bigger stadium. They don't want to comment. That's what boxing always do. When you sit there and you wait all this time, they shoot the fucking pay-per-view prices up. They shoot the merchandise prices up. They put the fight somewhere that's high as hell. and they put it somewhere that don't have a big venue, and they up the charge. They up the fucking dollar. I'm telling y'all what time it is. And all the media members that did all that, they put that Bliss Tech on their damn lips to kiss PBC ass. They're gonna be the first one to hit y'all hoes with the Heisman and deny y'all. That's exactly what it's gonna be. I'm telling y'all. That's why, you know, a lot of guys ain't pushing for it to be in Vegas and Atlanta. They ain't gonna shoot everything up. You gotta think when you go to Vegas, unless you stay at like the Howard Johnson or you stay at a hotel or like Circus or something like that. You gotta understand. You look at them damn hotel prices, dude. You gotta throw resort fees in there. That's what kill you. You be like, okay, the room $100 for 4 nights. You like $400 plus tax, $450. Then you throw another motherfucking $50 on there. That's an extra $200 plus another tax. So now you damn near at $1,000 for a room. Then you pay for the room, you pay for the flight. Somebody that canceled the fight get canceled. Somebody got sick. Somebody got injured. It get pushed back. You didn't get the first class ticket where you can have it refundable or move the fight, man, then Vegas. So boxing is fucking disrespectful. You sit here and wait. You sit here and praise for this fight. I want to go. I got my money. And then the money that you say, that's a fucking ticket. You know? Just trying to tell you, man. The CJ local dummy boxing getting scared of Bud like he the police. Shout out to Joy. He said, somebody say Dice told you. Trying to make this Antonio Roy Jones situation. Ugas held his punches. He could have hurt Spence. Joey said, Clarissa said, so that means Triple G softened up Brooke for Spence and Thurman softened up Porter and Danny for Spence. Drizzy say, sounds like they banking on a puncher's chance. Johnson, salute. You want to support the channel? Cash out, $ CJ Good 313. He said they also fight stationary targets, and Crawford is a stationary. Herbie, shout out to Herbie Weaver. The Don say the white dude on Porter's podcast said Bud legs not the same. I don't know. We'll see. People saying that because he planting, dude. Like everybody, they said that shit about Floyd after the Cotto fight. They said he's planting. Like I said before, it's always nitpicking, man. It's always nitpicking, bro. That dude is he's punching for power, bro. What was they talking about? He's never been a fleet of foot. He can be. Did it versus Postal. He's punching for power. So like I said before, man. Boy got so many enemies, dude, across man. Everybody, but nobody can say, well, Errol Spence ain't the same, or he don't do this the same. When he was falling, even when he fought Sean Porter, it was he physically looked like trash, bro. He wasn't there. Turned up and down, but nobody said, like I said before, this whole media shit is crazy, bro. They motherfuckers don't know nothing about boxing, bro. My motherfucker came from wrestling, watching WWE, watching the NBA. They don't know nothing about that. If you watch, it's a reason why he getting knockouts. There's a reason why. I don't have to move no more. And I'm also optimizing my body. I don't have to move. Floyd Mayweather did the same thing. I don't have to dance around the ring. I can sit right in front of you and you can't hit me and I can hit you. Like I said before, boxing, man, a lot of these niggas got platforms, bro. And that's why you listen to the people that you like. And I like to listen to people that know what they talking about. He ain't addressed Roy by name, but when Bernie pressed him, he turned into Sharif from Menace to Society. Like I said, well, Roy Jones will beat the shit out of Derrick James. Come on. He beat the dog wall shit out of Derrick James. He can't fuck with Roy Jones today. You talking about a fighter, Derrick James, who was a professional, stepping stone in boxing, professional, mucha wrestling fucking boxer, bro. Who was he? You talking about him? You talking about you talking like Darko Milicic criticizing LeBron James or criticizing Michael Jordan. Come on, that's like Patrick Beverly criticizing Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Come on. That's like, man. What's my man's Kevin Knox? Criticizing Tom Chambers or some shit like that. Man, get out of here. It's like JJ Redick, critiquing Larry fucking Bird. Like, bro, like, get out of here. That's like Adam Morrison, you know what I'm saying? Critiquing LaMelo Ball, man. Get out of here. Shout out to Lathers. Get out of here, dude. He said, I don't understand that Crawford steps it up in big fights. Like you said, if you've been watching Crawford for years, they started watching Crawford since he moved to Fort. They was watching him before then, Johnson. They was watching before then. They know, man, come on, man. I'm telling you what was said behind the scenes. Derrick James talking down on Roy Jones, but Derrick and Errol together can't compare to Roy half a work career at all, man. Like, I lived through, he was a real fucking superhero, bro. You go listen to Floyd talk about Roy on Fight Hype. I forget it's one of them videos where, he was doing it back when he first launched Fight Hype, when they first launched it. He said, Lavin his father kind of stopped him from fighting Busted. Yeah, he did. He came out and said, nah, they ain't doing it. And they weren't even on speaking terms at that point. Too much weight. He was drained. Of course. Anybody that lived through it, you officially look at Roy. Roy should just retire, but it's pride. Well, Roy talk about like Earl Spence really don't want to fight in that. Man, Roy wasn't one of them niggas that was maneuvering around people, bro. Roy could have easily beat Tarver and walked away, bro. He could have beat Ruiz and walked away. Easily could have. Easily could have. He stayed and fought. Now, he stayed too long. Yeah, did that tarnish his legacy? Absolutely fucking not. How does that turn? So how can you take away from somebody's legacy, bro? When he was virtually he was untouchable at his peak. People say, well, Roy didn't have a chin and this happened to Roy. And I'm like, well, where was y'all niggas at? He beat all y'all. It was just jealousy, bro, because Roy had something that you probably never see in boxing again. Many have tried to imitate and nobody has been able to duplicate. Many. So, like I said before, man, Roy Jones, man, was a superhero. And the nigga was rapping back then, dude. He was on the Wayans Brothers show, bro. People say, well, he didn't sell a paper because he was his own promoter. He's like an independent artist. He was able to pocket money and had, all the promoters, they wanted, Roy was the shit. Roy was doing, he was really his own boss. Rematch Tony at Cruiserweight when he would have won the championship. Hit the Linktree link. You find me everywhere there. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, the whole thing right there. It's always in the description of my videos as well, too. So, let's see it before. He said Roy got 3 wins against Bernard Hopkins, James Toney, Virgil Hill that 90% of today's boxers don't have. Shit, Montel Griffin would have beat these niggas' ass, too. Shout out to Chicago. My boy, Coach Malachi, I subscribe to New Media Today, USA Box. Hit that like button. For the brother CJ, salute, bro. Yeah, man, he would have. Yeah, shit, Montel Griffin to get niggas problem. You see, when they made Roy Jones angry, like we probably never seen the greatest Roy Jones because the angry Roy Jones was, the way his father trained him, dude. I think Roy would beat Ray Robinson because Roy was naturally bigger, faster. Robinson punch was his hook, and Roy style nullifies any hook. Now a right hand and the other hand lands on Roy, man. Think about Ray Robinson, man, dude. That motherfucker was fast too. They would have had a nice game plan. What Montel Griffin did in the first fight, that would have been somewhat of the game. I think Hagler Hearns at 60 give Roy trouble. I got Roy winning both for 12 rounds, but 15 rounds to Hagler might beat him. I still think Tommy gassed out against Roy if he don't sleep him. Hagler, that's the main thing about it. If they 12-round fights, Roy probably run around when 15 was different. But Roy was always in condition though. He said, I hope you're wrong. Hope they don't tax fans. So, man, they taxing pay-per-view at the gate. They taxing pay-per-view. 300 might be a speeding ticket, bro. I'm thinking like this shit might be 5 to 1,000 to get in. That's why you probably hope that Vegas say no. But I don't play with the church's money, bro. They don't. So if you realistically, this is Vegas or nothing. But if they said we don't want the niggas there, fine. You probably think in Atlanta, people say, well, people always say, well, they don't have accommodation. How does a city like Atlanta and Memphis don't have accommodation? Memphis got an international airport. I think so do Atlanta. And also Atlanta hosted the Olympics. You're talking about New York City, they built for tourism. You know what I'm saying? If we talk about anything like Dallas, you know what I'm saying? People look at like Dallas, they ain't like domesticated or industrialized, but a lot has changed. They are. They got hotels, they got Fort Worth, they got places, Arlington. So, like anywhere you think, any major city can handle that. We're not talking about going to Hickwitz, Iowa. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about going to Backwood, Canada, and shit like that. You talking about, places like LA, places like Vegas, and all them places equipped. Even Chicago would be equipped to handle a fight, which I'm not saying it should be there. Even Chicago equipped to handle that type of fight. So, but Spence that fought Lamar Peterson was at his peak, probably the best Spence. Bud versus Jose, probably. Nah, that wasn't the best Bud. Bud versus best Bud performance or the best him physically. I don't know. That's hard to say. Because the Gamboa performance was great. Poster was great, but he moved a lot in that fight. He still dropped him. Jeff Horn was great. Sean Porter fight was still great performance. So it's kind of hard to kind of say what his best performance was, to be quite honest. But if you asking me, I'll probably still say, oh shit, the Felix Diaz performance. Yeah, that was his best performance in my opinion. Felix Diaz, that was a punishment. Crawford seemed to have a lot. But if Spence fight Bud this year, Bud gonna be 35. They gonna age him out, bro. 35. Hey, it is what it is. Spence 32. That's not no spring chicken either. But like I said before, it ain't like you get no 35-year-old dude who old. This dude stay in the gym, and like I said before, he said he don't want to be, walking around and fighting in his 40s, his late 30s neither. So 35 is 35. Look at Archie Moore. Like, when was his prime? Bernard Hopkins. So it depends. He said Derrick James is Mucha Lucha. Yeah, Mucha, what you call that shit, man? The wrestling they be doing in California, in like Mexico and Southern California. Salty because he will not give them an interview when they don't even support him. I mean, that's how it is. Why would I buy your merchandise and you don't support mine? Roy did beat Tarver. He did the first fight. Yep. Baki, if I said that right. Remember, Kenny and Derrick almost scrapped because Derrick was getting in their biz. I don't remember that one. Derrick James. He said, Baki say, Roy should have stayed at heavyweight. He was drained back 75. Like, yeah, anybody that was around know the truth. So, I mean, shit, like I said, man, that's a sensitive topic for me because Roy was like one of my heroes, bro. And, they, not a Crawford fan. They just hate Errol. Well, like I said before, I don't think it's people that don't hate Errol. Now, it might be some people that just hate Errol. It might be some people that don't give a fuck, just want this to move on from. But it ain't a lot of Terence Crawford fans around here. That's what people kill me. Like it's a billion fucking Terence Crawford fans walking around here. It's not. It's not. Just my opinion. Ray Robinson knocks out Roy Jones. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one that have us down the middle. He said all the greats from the past pick Bud when they start disrespecting all-time greats because they didn't pick Earl to win the fight. He said Mark Nash salutes out to Atlanta. Hope the fight in Atlanta is going to be affordable, right? Atlanta, shout out to Mark Nash. He's from Atlanta. It's affordable, but it's not going to be. Salute to CJ 36 appreciate it. He said Zion said Earl got more skills than Roy. Should be able to move up 3 or 4. If he got more skills than Roy, he should be able to make 3. Man, nigga get crushed at. He gonna get crushed at 54 more than likely, unless he match made the right way. Tyson Fury versus Muhammad Ali. You already know Muhammad Ali, bro. Fury can't fuck with Ali. He bigger, but that don't mean shit. Them old fighters knew how to fight big motherfuckers too. You talking about somebody who fought Ken Norton and motherfucking and what's the other one name that could punch too? Ernie Shavers and shit, man. Tyson Fury can't, man. He can't beat Usyk. How about that? Derrick James said he only seen Crawford fight 2 or 3 times. I don't believe him. Then he go on and started breaking down, or he's all athletic. Maybe he only seen him fight 2 or 3 times because then he said that, his athleticism, he predicated on that athleticism. And anybody that's seen him fight, we know that's not true. My favorite performer was Poster. Yeah, because everybody was against him versus Poster. But Crawford is one of them dudes, bro, that everybody against him. Just think about all the top athletes you could think about: Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Barry Sanders, Joe Montana, Tom Brady. A lot of people hated them, but also a lot of people loved them. So, with Crawford, bro, he gonna be one of them dudes who's gonna get his just do on the back end when he retire. But it's an niche sport too. But that's what make him the fighter that he is. If everybody was kissing his ass and praising him and shit, he probably wouldn't have the fuel. He's somebody that's predicated on fuel. That's what fuels him. What you think that people praised Kobe when he passed away, man? The very same, most of them, I'm gonna say 90% of them clowns who was kissing his ass when he passed away was the same ones talking about he wasn't better than T-Mac or he needed Shaq. And when Shaq say, Kobe couldn't do it without me, when they was fighting Chris Childs, Reggie Miller, and before he won the championship without Shaq, these are the same people that was disrespecting Kobe Bryant, saying he wasn't that great. Then they kissing his ass when he retired and he scored at 70-some points. And now when he retired and when he passed away, everybody want to glorify what he did. And I used to damn near get in fist fights with niggas like that. defending Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So just the way it is. Here, Mason. That's what they barking at. Do so non-salute. It's getting fist fights with people damn near like that, bro. Motherfuckers don't even know who they talking about, bro. And the same people I be looking, oh yeah, I miss Kobe. I just say, man, nigga, what you hating on that nigga, man? Who wins Roy Award? Roy. But you know, if I had to, man, Roy. If I had to put a percentage on it, I'd probably say 70-30 Roy. If Ward did beat him, it's gonna be with a great game plan, and you know, Andre could do it though for sure. Andre was a superior talent. He technical, so he got the skill set to do so. But if you get Andre Ward like one or two, or they fight 2 or 3 times, Ward with a second look would be dangerous for him. That'd be dangerous. Or if he be able to make the adjustment and fight. One thing about Andre Ward, he gonna make an adjustment. You know, so that's gonna be hard. That motherfucker ain't lost since he was a kid. Jerry's name shouldn't be trying to downplay Roy jumped weight class. Spence been his entire career at 147, making excuses for 4 years when 140 pound and Bud moved up. Clarissa, Ugas is 35. Man, Ugas really ain't 35. We all know that, right? Motherfucker like 45. One honor salute. He said, you talking about Lucha Lambre, huh? Yeah. My boy Antonio just shared that shit. They like, you know, right down there on the border of California and Mexico. Derrick James said he only seen Crawford fight 2 or 3 times. I don't believe him. Of course. He said Roy smokes Ward. Shout out to Dolomite, man. Long time subscriber, bro. Roy is a legend. Man, dude, Roy this peak boy, man. And his popularity in the urban community was huge too, bro. He said they hate Roy because he hate Roy not because he picking Bud, because he called a spade a spade. That fight should have never took that long. It's as simple as that. He's calling it how he see it. Only the real ones know Bud is pound for pound. He says, iron people assume Roy Jones don't got skills because it don't look like his normal conventional style. Yeah, if you heard him break down fights, bro, and break down, you know, he's very, you know, intelligent. Obviously, we know from HBO. My best Bud performance is Horn because Horn was too confident and Bud took everything away from him. Had a fun. He beat him on the inside, beat the shit out of his ass. Eldon, so no Eldon, John 39. He said Roy picking Bud based on fighting skills. He can do one on. But I just think a lot of it was it wasn't because he picking Roy. I mean, he picking Bud. I think it was because he said Crawford was scared. I mean, Errol Spence was scared. I think that's what it is. I was Crawford fan before I even was interacting on YouTube boxing community. He said Ali fought 15 rounds. Yep. Fanon is Lion King, everything he posted. Yes, the chosen kid. The West Coast got Bud to win. Joey Chaz, that man Bud took Spence label being a boogeyman. Oh, yeah, I told y'all the story about how I left that community because I made a video saying he was the real boogeyman. Sean, what's going on? This dude, Terence Crawford, don't even do nothing outside the ring. He don't make excuses. He handle his business and stay out the way and take care of his family. Get 95% of them fools. He's 106 watching. 56 likes, smash the like button. Shout out to Mark Nash. You the like button, ho. The crime was going on despite all the controversy around this fight. They still 2 brothers trying to reach greatness. This fight will be the first fight I purchased in a while. Exactly. This will be one of the fights that I'm definitely got to go to. Now, they talk about 1,000 and shit, man. I'm about to do afterpay. Like, I'm definitely trying to roll, bro. See if a couple of homies want to go. If not, you know, I pull up solo. That don't make no difference to me, dude. He said Ward used to be in Roy Jones' camp. If you watch Roy versus Clinton Woods fight, you see Ward with the braids holding Roy belt. Damn. So, you know, he said you have to rough up Roy Tarver showed that for, and man, Roy was just old, man. Simple as that, dude. He still needed 2 looks to beat him. Kenny Porter checked Derrick James a few days before Spence and Porter fight. Kofi. Shit, you might have to. He said, what's up, Kofi? What's up, Mark Nash? Said PBC was WCW. Spence versus Hulk Hogan. Hogan was a basic wrestler with a great IQ. Spence is a basic fighter with great IQ. Crawford is Goldberg. I don't even think his IQ that great, bro. You know, I just think he's a very fundamental fighter. You know, and I ain't saying he dumb or no shit like that. I just don't, you know, I think about, you know, great IQ. I think about Mayweather, Hopkins. I don't think he on that level. Not too many are though, but you know, I just think he keep doing what he doing, bro. And they perfect what he doing. You know, it's a really good style. He knows his strengths, he knows his weaknesses. Spence is never gonna fight outside his truth, and that's probably why he should be named the truth, because he always know where his truth is. Don't go out there and prove that he faster than you. You know, he gonna go out there and prove that if you ain't hit harder than you, that you must keep doing. He know what he is. He said, I'm going to Spence, but we all know Bud pound for pound. I'm going with Spence. We all know Bud pound for pound. Spence has to take that from Bud. Alden, he just got to win. He said that athleticism was all he had. His career would have looked like Amir Khan, Roy Jones, one of the GOATs. Facts. Mitch Hennessy. Crawford definitely not Goldberg. He like Bret Hart. Boxing, I think he was compared to WCW. He said that's a bad analogy because Goldberg couldn't wrestle. Damn. He can spear though. He can spear, but I seen Sting on AEW last year. I said, where the fuck they get Sting from? But like I said before, it is what it is. They can say what they want to say, but at the end of the day, they gotta, Crawford ain't saying shit. Can we say that Crawford ain't saying nothing? Crawford ain't saying nothing, bro. Not a damn thing. He ain't going back and forth. I really think he one of them dudes that just hold shit in, dude, and he gonna let that shit out. I think he one of them dudes that's gonna try to go out there. He gonna show you. He ain't gonna get rah-rah. He ain't gonna, he ain't gonna do none of that shit, man. He gonna try to hurt that man, bro. And he might go in embarrassment right then try to hurt him. But if he physically, if he ain't old, if he physically there, if he like, man, everything going right, no injuries and all like, yeah, you might see one of the rare occurrences, dude, in a big fight. You know what I'm saying? You might see one of the rare. I'm be quiet. You might see one of the rare occurrences in a big fight. Errol Spence, fundamentally skilled. He's not more creative skilled than Crawford. He's just fundamental. He do Mr. Softy out there. Motherfuckers gonna come on. It's too cold for that shit though. Errol Spence, shout out to Johnson. It's crazy how the local Denver box community now stay Bud, Devin, Porter on the Jew. It is what it is. Like I said before, what we do know when PBC fighters fight, it's not listed in VADA. Simple as that. Tell me Errol Spence signed up for VADA since the Kell Brook fight. Come on. And don't give me that piece of paper that Keith Iddick printed off his damn scanner either. Ernest said, do you think anybody at 47 can beat anybody can beat Spence at 47? Oh, yeah, motherfucking Bud. Bud, yeah. Let's just mean somebody else. Yeah, I think that was the question. Who are there? I don't know. Maybe them young dudes ain't ready yet. So Bud might be the only one. Thurman, I don't know. I don't think so. Ric Flair, Hart, and Eddie Guerrero. You still moving? Nah, not right now. Inflation high as Jarapas. Everything high. So I'm going to fight. Going to this fight, and I'm about to pay-per-view. I'm going to really support this fight because it's our Hagler Hearns, Leonard Hagler. If we don't get it, we won't get an A+ black fights. You ain't lying. I'm definitely, if I don't go, I'm definitely buying it. Something salute. You never hear Bud try I don't know. You never hear Bud try to downplay how good Spence is, like Derrick tries to downplay Bud at all. You don't really say, like I said before, killers don't talk, but I'll bust you. He gonna take all this shit. He hear this shit too, man. He gonna hear all this, bruh. And more times than not, he gonna let this shit out. Y'all gonna be like, man, what the fuck happened, man? He gonna be like Wilder versus Stavern too. Y'all, man, if he do what he come to do, and Errol Spence ain't what y'all say he is, or what we think he is, bro, y'all gonna get that motherfucker hurt. Y'all gonna get Cuz hurt. Real talk, y'all gonna get Cuz hurt. Because Crawford gonna come in there and try to hurt his ass. I'm telling y'all, I already know what type of competitor he is. What up, CJ Smith? He said, this is one fight party worthy. I want all the smoke with Spence fans, homies. I gotta pull up to this joint. If I do stay at home and watch it, it'll be at the crib, bro. I don't want nobody over, bro. Like maybe a couple homies. That's about probably not even that. Everybody play the girls, get the hell out. Shit. This one of the joints, I just sit there with the dogs and we'll sit there with somebody else and just, I don't know, give me some liquor, some shit like that. Have the girl make me something nice and go, I don't know where man, for that type of fun, I don't even think about it. This is something definitely nice. I'm gonna be eating, bro. If I couldn't get, man, bro, man, telling you. Said Crawford got bigger. I didn't watch. I watched Kovalev, Warby Kovalev on my high low. When I went on one shit moving, I had this there for no reason. He said Crawford got bigger, stronger. He knows he has to be 100% at 147. He definitely got bigger, stronger. He grew into the weight class. They let him. He said, Mitch said, remember when most people thought Shane Mosley was too small for De La Hoya, Bud? I'm about to piece that boy up. But he about to find out. If you going, that's what happened with every Pacquiao fight at 147. That's exactly what happened. Everybody, oh, he's too small. Margarito laughing and shit and joking about Freddie Roach, shaking this shit, and they got in there with Pacquiao. It didn't take long. It took about a round. It didn't even take a round. They knew they was in trouble. That's what people biggest mistake with Manny Pacquiao. They always talk about how small he was. They never looked at his legs. As soon as Pacquiao, push him or hit him with a left hand, man, everything changed. Everything changed. Everything changed. See, he downplays Bud, but he bigs up Algeria. I mean, shit. Might have a thing for Algeria, Paul. Crawford might get hurt. Of course, it's a fight. Anybody can get hurt in a fight. Oh, you see people get hurt in a fight, come back and beat them. Look at Barashnik and Jose Zepeda. They both was hurt in that fight. Both dropped. Somebody had to win and somebody had to lose. It's a fight. People say like the Vegas shit, like he might get hurt. Duh, it's a fight. You go on the street and fight a crackhead, you might get hurt. What up, Kobe?
What up, bro?
Yeah, it's a fight. Like, nigga, it's a fight. Anybody can get hurt.
He definitely quick like a cat, but he definitely loses FF shit. He definitely.
I'm like, how you know how much he lose? How much?
Look. I only watch boxing. I see a couple fights, but I know he loses FF. So if you watch a couple means two, stupid. So in 2 fights you could judge that he losing his athleticism. What 2 fights you watch?
Because you was versus Amir Khan.
You was at his last fight. What fight you watched before that? The one versus Kell Brook. He looked slow in that one. He looked like he slowed down in those 2 fights.
That short left hook came from nowhere, boy.
Nowhere,
man.
And
that was some wilder shit.
Look, CJ. Maybe that's why he said he was quick as a cat. Because to be honest, I ain't see it the first time when he dropped. I didn't know why.
People thought it was a jab.
I thought he tripped.
That boy was. I knew it was a hook. That was real short. He knew he was gonna line him up with that hook. Man, people don't understand, bro. Anybody can get hurt. The thing about Terence Crawford, people say, well, he got hurt versus getting bullied. Man, that was 1,000 years ago. He was probably grinding himself to get 35. And
that's what I was just about to say.
And Kyle Velasquez didn't hurt him neither, even if he did drop him.
That was like a flash, and he didn't drop. He just touched the floor. He just touched the floor. It really was a push. He touched the floor. Yeah. Malik B, but you don't call it Malik B salute. If it was a push, like I said before, man, people say the Vegas stuff, he can get hurt. Like literally, bro. You can go out there and fight a teenager, you can get hurt. You can get hurt. remember when Cat Williams fought that teenager?
Oh, yo.
And look, CJ. And then he looked up at all the people. He said, "Y'all really gonna let a 14-year-old treat a celebrity like that?"
Man, you supposed to be the one in the military. Like, what the fuck happened? How y'all be getting the military getting y'all out? Y'all must be like one of them other motherfuckers in the military.
You know what they do? He probably was in the Navy. You know what they do to black people in the Navy? They make him work in the kitchen.
Yeah, man. I can see if you Green Beret getting your ass whooped like that, they gotta strip you of that honor for sure. Bro, you a Marine getting your ass whooped like that, Green Beret.
I'm telling you, the best part of that whole thing was when he looked at me. They all just around. He looked up from the floor. He was like, "Yeah, I really gonna let a little boy assault a celebrity like that."
That's how you know, man. He talk too much. Especially, man, I don't even go in there. He just talk too much, man. He said when Bud beat EJ, watch how they gonna start saying Bud cheated with the. They already gloves.
Oh, stop! They both wear the same. Man. They both wear. What's the joints that Tyson Fury wear? The MX Pros.
Yeah,
they both wear MX Pros.
Do Crawford wear them?
Look, click that picture with the Phantom. The poster. No, lower than that. Lower. That one right there. They both got on the same gloves, bro. Same gloves. Those ain't Photoshop.
He said, "I definitely buying this fight. First, I might have to watch the replay on pay-per-view." He said, "Bud," and said, "Bomac said Bud gonna beat the shit out of Spence." He already know it. You already know your horse. You already know your horse. You know your dog. Like if you have an animal, you know it. You know when a nigga, happy, when he's sad, when he mad, when he about to do some dumb shit. I remember somebody at the park, my dog got loose in the story on the internet, and
he got loose and he was charging some kids, and the owner had to shoot and put him down.
Dang.
He's he seen something in him where he had.
That remind me of the episode of The Wire when remember Method Man.
Oh
was,
Cheese.
Yeah,
he was talking about a dog. And they thought he was talking about a person.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why they poured milk on them motherfuckers though. Whatever they're pouring on them.
Me neither.
Yeah, I couldn't do a dog.
I didn't get
that shit too cringe. But they was putting some type of milk substance on their coat.
I didn't get it. I don't know.
Somebody who fight dogs get it. But don't indict yourself, nigga. Like just hit me up on social media. I'll be like, yeah, nigga, I'm 420. No,
look.
CJ out here snitching shit, nigga.
Let's just ask the Negro's employee. Listen here. If there's anything I know better than Fountain, it's dog fighting. Now, when you got a cud and you got a cud getting ready to go into the pit, you pour milk. I prefer 2% Fiji. I don't know about you, but I prefer 2% almond milk because the almond milk wicks right off the coat of the dog. So when you pour the almond milk or the 2%, preferably on the coat, it keeps the other dog's jaws. It prevents it from locking on the dog's neck. So it gives them more agility and it gives them more of an angle to where they can escape a vicious bite that can end the match really soon. Because you really don't want your dog getting any type of bad lesions or anything like that. Because you want the dog to survive for another match. You really wanted to go 3 rounds. If we're talking about dog fighting compared to boxing, you wanted to go the distance.
That shit hilarious, bro. That shit all pressure, bro. I ain't even see the Shakur press conference. I heard they pushed each other or something.
Not really. Nah, they just pet each other's belts. Like that was it. But Shakur family, they was in there heavy. You could tell Valdez was scared.
Oh, that's them, man.
Valdez was intimidated.
He already knows what's gonna happen.
He was intimidated, but it seemed like he was intimidated versus Burchett too. He didn't talk much. That
might just be his
demeanor.
So Hopkins and Trinidad broke my uncle heart. All the hype they put behind Tito, and he had a world thinking he was about to. That was supposed to be originally. Wasn't that on 9/11 or it was rescheduled off of 9/11? He stopped on a body shot. Trinidad went up before Roy Jones at 68 too. Wasn't it 68 or 75?
It was 68, and he got his ass beat.
Yep. So shit, Trinidad was a big 147 pounder, bro.
He was considered a tall or a big. What they call? Because remember they called Errol. Remember they called a weight bully Spence. Remember they call Errol a big welterweight, but Earl's literally my height. So Trinidad is probably like damn near 6 foot.
Man, you talking about motherfucking man Paul Williams,
Tommy Hearns. Those are tall guys for 147.
You talking about man that nigga man.
Them dudes probably blew up to. They probably didn't really blow up that high. They were probably just naturally skinny. These dudes, this guy.
They fought technically at 170, but that was down. He lost to
down the line.
He lost to a past prime, no athleticism, can't do nothing without his athleticism. Roy Jones, how about that? He still be Trinidad ass. Salute CJ Cozy, smashed the light bunch out to one honor. He says that man, that little boy beat the shit out of that little man. Captain talking greasy. Motherfucking man. He said, I think that little boy said he was a wrestler too. I believe it was.
You let that little boy, that celebrity like that. You need to get that drop right there. That was.
I told you, my friend said, dude, he a teacher. He said he got back in the gym because he remembered his boys was getting older. He remembered his friend beating his daddy's ass at around that same age. He said that's why he came back to the gym. He said Bud Williams is gonna be a million conspiracy theories. It is what it is.
Who cares?
Cat Williams versus Kevin Hart celebrity match would be fun. I've got Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart would probably whoop his monkey ass.
If it was a dozens contest, probably be
that's different. That's different.
You support the channel.
They need to do They need to do a comedy versus. That's what they really need to do.
Man, boy, I pay for that. That's some shit we're paying for right
That's what
there.
they need to do. That they need to do.
But who really, man? It's the only
Cat Williams. No, it should really be Kevin Hart versus Mike Epps.
Man, I wouldn't even say, man, bro. All the celebrities that don't really got a chance to shine for real, they the ones that's gonna be really, that's gonna step up and do it. Like niggas like Kevin Hart and people with shit to lose, they're not gonna do that shit, bro.
You know who would do it? You know who's really funny? Jamie Foxx, because the way
Jamie royalty, they wouldn't even let
the way he roasted that dude and said, "I'm going to sit down now. What am I talking?
Man, not even just that, my nigga. Like, man, you put Corey Holcomb in that shit, bro.
Oh no, he. Oh yeah, he just,
Corey Holcomb gonna be fighting.
What's my guy name that be with Cat Williams? Them two, the dude with the red hair. I think his name is Red something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and Lou Nell, she's hilarious too.
Yeah. It might be. I mean, it might be a little bit too much of a target for her. But she probably heard it all before though.
But she probably gonna make fun of herself and then say something about your mama.
Hell yeah, like bro, like that shit I'll pay for it, dog. Shouldn't be
they
funny.
need to do a comedy versus. Versus need to pay us.
Like niggas like Chappelle ain't fuck like niggas that really ain't get they shot for real. They do it. Like DC Curry and Earthquake and what's the other one? The big fella. He playing Better Call Saul too, man. What's that nigga's name? Is that him? No, I ain't him.
You think they could snap jokes the way? You think they could snap jokes the way that, like, all right? Because the way I see it is this: because down south they snap jokes different the way that we snap jokes in New York.
Man,
so like, do you think they'd be able to keep up with people like how
they
Jamie
grew up
Foxx
like that?
Snap jokes?
Hell yeah! Like the Wayans brothers be the most dangerous niggas though.
Oh no, let me tell you something. They vicious. They
be the dangerous nigga. You have to have security.
Is vicious.
Niggas gonna fight. He said so to those who got to get the KO to win overseas. He said he don't. He said robberies happen everywhere. B said it was 170.
Thanks.
That was where Joe's past his prime. Tito Pat was past his prime. Also coming out of retirement. That was
that's an even fight.
Boxing Pedigree TV. I thought I was the only one that picked up on when Derrick James said the athleticism is fleet. He definitely had a plan to age Crawford out. Crawford never had to weight drain himself like Roy Jones.
Come on, man. Yeah. He's disrespectful. And then he got the nerve to go say that other fighter who used to be good. Yeah, but like
you was anything, bro.
Like you was anything. And guess what? When somebody who was a former fighter like you, who didn't make it that far like you, pressed you on the internet and called you all types of names, what did you say? You turned right into righteous brother and said, you see, you turned right into righteous brother. You turned right into Rodney King. This is why we all can't get along. We trying to be shit like black people here. You can see,
I said before, man.
Bro.
He said, I want to see Gilly in there with some. Yeah, that nigga hilarious. The way he be coming up with shit. They can do tag teams too. They can do tag teams too, bro. Like two.
Because the music verses get boring. So you might as well do comedy.
Yeah, because I don't be listening to all the matchups. Some of them shits like 3-6 Mafia, Bone Thugs, man. Like
that ruined it all for me. I could care less. I could have cared less. That was a stupid style.
But Jadakiss and them niggas versus Cam and them, that shit was epic, bro.
That was the highlight.
That energy was fire, bro.
That was I wish I would have went. I could have went, and I wish I would have.
That had MSG on, man, bro. That felt like the 90s peak New York City, bro.
I would have.
That felt like that man. That felt like that type of shit. Like you know what I'm saying?
I still got a 7 7/8. I would have wore 7 7/8, 2XT. I don't wear denim shorts no more.
And then Fat Joe and them niggas, man. You definitely could find Fat Joe. Been back wearing them bitches, dog.
Oh hell yeah! I definitely could find some Jamaica abs, sell them everywhere.
Yeah, Fat Joe and Ja Rule tried to. I don't know who told.
You know, can we just say this? Let me just say this real quick. And I don't.
Hold on, I gotta put an order in. But go ahead.
Hey, to all the people listeners out there, like Fat Joe is, I have no problem with Fat Joe. I used to have a disdain for him, but I respect his music. I don't know how y'all feel in the chat about Fat Joe, but Fat Joe seen the moment Jada had and literally tried to capitalize off of it and decided like, yeah, I'm this street rapper and I got street anthems. I don't know if y'all know. But outside the Puerto Rican community, don't nobody listen to Fat Joe like that. I'm just gonna be honest. We don't listen to Fat Joe's music.
Man, he was like talking about how to go listen to that one CD.
Whoa. I said listen to his singles.
I can't even think of Fat Joe. I can't even think about a Fat Joe album to say to lie on you on.
Yeah, I don't know. I know singles. I know what played on the radio. He got some great singles that go across that grow across each era, but he don't got no album where it's like, yo, you listen to that Fat Joe? Nobody's checking for no Fat Joe album. You crazy?
Man, nigga hating on Joey Crack.
He's exactly CJ. I disagree with CJ about the Jay-Z thing. Fat Joe is a perfect example of what CJ said about Jay-Z. He just existed and just stayed consistent.
Nigga hating on Joey Crack.
Ain't nobody hating on Joe Crack, man.
He
Joe
hating
Crack
on
ain't better. Joe Crack. Let me ask you a question. Fat Joe better than Nori?
Hell no. He ain't better than Capone either.
Exactly.
The fuck?
Nori literally had like 2 to 3 years where you knew around a certain time he coming out with a banger. He made him and rap wise, he made the Neptunes hot.
Yeah, for sure he did. And that's because Capone went to jail too.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
N-E-P-T-U-N-E-S. Pharrell laced the beats like one of the best. N-E-P-T-U-N-E-S. Come on now. You don't know that. But let's get back to the boxing talk. Jamie Foxx told dude, "I'm your conscience." Yes, he did. Yo, when Jamie Foxx got up there, sorry, y'all. My voice a little hoarse. He said, "I'm your conscience. I'm getting off of the stage." Super. I can't click on him. But CJ, I'm gonna just read him out. CJ probably gonna read him out later. Smother Clayo. So we just gonna act like Spence mama almost jumped out the skybox when he got rocked in the 6th round by the Showtime epilogue. Oh my baby. Jaguar Black. Honest answer to CJ. Do you feel this fight will ever happen? Will happen this year? Jaguar Black, I ain't CJ, but I'm gonna answer that for you. I have a 50-50 feeling that it will happen. I don't know, but the big catfish, they don't call it a big catfish for no reason, you know what I'm saying? Carissa says Puerto Ricans don't listen to Fat Joe. Ricans love pun. Facts. But Big Pun is always mentioned as a top 5 rapper amongst New Yorkers.
You say I must have found Pun's rhyme book.
Uh-huh.
I respect Fat Joe for discovering Pun. Said Locks destroyed Dipset in the versus battle. Somebody on here thought Dipset was.
Wait. Let me defend myself. That is because they chose terrible songs to play.
They had no chance.
CJ, wait, hold on. They should have not tried the theme. Do you know what the theme of the verses was?
I get computers putin'.
Wait. Do you know what the theme of the verses was?
What?
Even Jadakiss's son, who's pretty popular amongst New Yorkers, he was selling the t-shirts. It was supposed to be gritty versus pretty. So they were supposed to bring the street music, and Dipset was supposed to do what Dipset.
They had no chance.
Wait, time out. It wasn't supposed to be winner versus loser. It was supposed to be damn. Dipset got this type of music. Locks got this type of music. These fools tried to go street music.
Only time you went platinum when my chain was around your neck. That's an actual fact.
Listen, he said, "I get computers, Houston. I get boosters."
Hey, look, I love Cam though.
Y'all get shot. Yo, listen, and Jewel.
You know, he said Roy Jones. You know, Roy Jones gonna knock him out over that song.
Yeah, he said Roy Jones. He said, "Please, Roy Jones, don't hit me."
He said,
it was just a song.
He said, "You see the guys over there, they're not gonna like that.
They're not gonna like that. But please don't hit me."
Even Roy Jones was forced to lean back. 50 Cent versus Ja Rule boxing match with 50 Cent versus 50 Cent not getting in the ring. 50 Cent won't even do a versus battle. We gotta. No, he ain't.
Even though I think he would.
You see the way 50 Cent? You see how 50 Cent looked at the Super Bowl, my nigga?
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much sleepless nights. That's from.
And Ja Rule look like he in shape. You know him and Ja Rule. They really even. Yeah, even though he really snuck Ja though, but you know
he snuck Ja. He did. I admitted that a long time ago.
You know, everybody think you owe them something to put them on though. And it's probably a good thing that Ja didn't put them niggas ain't put them on.
Nah, because 50 wouldn't have been 50. 50. Ja Rule would have overshadowed him. Murder ain't never produced another rapper outside of Ja Rule. They produced Lloyd and Ashanti though, but that don't count.
Yeah. He said Fat Joe, Culture, Vulture. He said just like DJ Khaled. And man, they love DJ Khaled, man.
Yeah, he's a lot. He said the N-word. Whoa.
How New York don't listen to Joey Crack. He's laughing.
We don't listen to Fat Joe.
He got that song. He had a song with Armageddon, Peter Guns, and Pun.
That's nice.
Fire.
That's nice.
Johnny Blaze was fire, but he had the worst verse. He said, "Kobe said I wish the '90s hip hop," but everybody came with heat on that shit though. My favorite verse was Raekwon though.
Dipset, no, that's not true. That's not true.
They try to look cool on TV rappers.
They make good. There's two different types of rap. Like that's all it is.
Oh yeah, Locks are MCs though.
They MCs, yeah, they bars, but not everybody like bars. So sometimes you gotta be able to compose a song. Am I not?
They got songs too, nigga. Shit.
No, but listen. Sheik Luch has what a half a good
I
album.
gotta pick Sheik
Half
Luch.
a good
Leave him
album.
alone. Leave him alone. Yeah.
You said the locks. Leave him.
Jim Jones.
Look at you.
I ain't never put in the Jim
Jones got
album.
three great albums. Three great
I
albums.
ain't never heard of Jim Jones. I just heard.
Because you ain't listen.
Miami.
I listen to Sheik Luch albums. Stop
Never
it.
heard of Jim Jones.
Stop it. And you know you like balling too, so just shut up.
Yeah, that's a song.
Exactly.
Balling,
Yeah.
Summer in Miami,
You said Summer in Miami. You ain't never exactly.
I never
you,
said, yo, I'm gonna go buy Jim Jones.
Look, and you know you like Baby Girl. You try and get down with the Dipset. But then you gotta get your lips wet. That's the one with Max B. That's Max B's. Come on, bro.
I never heard that.
Come on, bro. Stop. That's gangster. They made gangster music. Like they made good music. It's
just I'm not saying they not. Just not gonna buy Jim Jones album.
Yeah,
I bought Roy Jones album before.
You
Jim
bugging.
Jones
You're
album.
bugging. Jim Jones got three really good albums. He got really good three really good albums.
That's just what New Yorkers think, but you know their opinion and changed.
Listen, you told me, didn't you tell me that Pastor Troy got a good album? Like we don't.
You heard me say that, but yeah, I fuck with Pastor Troy.
Exactly.
Jones.
Get the fuck out of here. You said, look.
Facts.
Look, you said, didn't you say Silk the Shocker got good music? I think he's utter garbage.
He sold more than Jim Jones.
He is utter garbage.
He sold more than Jim Jones.
That's off the back.
You want to start something? No, you can't finish.
He's terrible. He is terrible.
Don't matter. He sold more than Jim Jones.
He's hot garbage.
There's the only person that had a hit song using one. What? Yeah. Hey man, that beat, that whole song was fire.
Yo, wait, hey, we light a candle, run laps around the English Channel. Neptune, I got a Cocker Spaniel. We on the run now, but it ain't no fun. Don't get me started, bro.
Yeah, that man.
He got one of the greatest choruses ever. Pharrell said, and when that heat is busting off, and the ambulance comes,
that album was fire though.
And it's like
fire.
We don't know them boys.
He did cross them niggas over to
bro.
To rap.
He made the Neptunes. He made the Neptunes hot, bro.
And he did a lot. He really got the most out of their production too. He showed niggas that like hardcore niggas can. Yeah, he did a great job.
Because if you really listen to them beats, CJ, they funny. Like they're very weird.
Yeah. Kind of like a Timberland beat. Some of his.
Yeah. Like, but Timberland used like nature sounds. Like the Neptunes really use like Star Trek, like Star Wars type background noise sounds, and make beats out of them. Great beats.
He said, "How you feel about Canelo Beaver? Have no feeling.
Who cares?
I can't feel my face
when I'm with you.
If Beaver win, I'm gonna jump right on his hole like I seen the fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like CJ. Let's take shots of Stooley for Beaver.
I'm gonna be downtown. He said back when they thought pink polos wouldn't hurt the Rock. Oh man,
that's Kanye.
Yeah,
that's Kanye though. And ain't no wrong with wearing a pink polo.
Cam had me wearing pink. I ain't gonna lie.
I never. My mom wouldn't allow me to wear it. But,
I did, bro. I had the pink G-Unit headband too, my nigga. Or was it G-Unit? I don't know. I got the whole picture somewhere. I had that shit, nigga. Hell yeah. I had it with the white Fat Farm shoes on too. Yeah. I was that type of Cam.
You wore Fat Farms?
Yeah, them bitches was hard, bro.
Oh
yeah. Not in the beginning, like when them bitches was hot. When them bitches was hot, niggas was wearing them bitches up here. Hell
nobody
yeah.
was wearing that. No.
Hell yeah, niggas was wearing that shit. Y'all niggas still wearing Averex. Y'all niggas was still wearing Averex jackets when nobody wearing them bitches. Like, you know,
what you talking about? Averex jacket never went out of style. Fat Farm
see,
yo, bro. Fat Farm sneakers was fake Air Force Ones. Are you crazy?
Man, niggas still have
before COVID, I would have told you need to go into.
Bro, y'all had Averex jackets on and niggas wasn't wearing them no more.
Leather. It's a leather jacket. What are you talking about?
It is what it is. Niggas wasn't wearing them
here. Fat Farm sneakers.
It was wearing Shirley's and motherfucking
Wait, time out. That's a cultural thing.
What's the name of them jackets? Pelly Pales and shit. Nobody want no.
Yeah, that's a cultural thing, bro. That's a.
It is what it is. New York. That's New York.
Fat Farms are no.
And he from New York.
Air Force Ones.
It's a lot of shoes that's fake Air Force Ones.
They are fake Air Force. And
niggas wearing Balenciagas and them bitches made for hoes.
How about that? I don't wear those. So they're ugly as hell. You ain't gonna catch me saying that.
We wear Maury Gators here. Y'all would never wear them. We wear
people was wearing Maury Gators out here. They was wearing Maury Gators.
We wear them.
Cam said it. Cam said it. I wear Maury.
Because he lived in the Midwest. That's different though.
But no, he had people in Harlem was wearing Maury's, bro.
Yeah, because he said he lived
over Pradas. But they was picking Maury's over Pradas.
Because he lived everywhere. He said that's why I knew it was something outside. That nigga lived in Chicago, Dayton, I think he said he went to school in Arizona or
You know
Houston.
what? We need to settle this right now. Why you always got a problem with New York fashion? You see how New Yorkers are? We always embrace Detroit and what y'all do, but you
Because our shit hot though, bro. Our shit
what you
hot.
mean?
Like,
your shit hot?
Y'all
Y'all dress like us now.
Y'all, man, hell no, man. Now, y'all used to be the shit back in the day, but now I don't know what's
Ain't
going
nobody
on.
was
Y'all
wearing
can't even-
Balmain jeans
y'all
in
can't
Detroit
even-
before we
y'all-
was. Y'all wear
y'all,
Babyface
man,
ran on and dressed like us.
Y'all crazy, man. We always, man, y'all niggas got I'm about to say some shit. I forgot what I was about. I'm about to say something real disrespectful, but I'm glad I lost my thought.
Yeah,
Man, here we go. Here we go. I'm glad it popped back in my head.
Can't even keep a damn thought in your head.
Man,
Come on.
Y'all like white women to call, slut child outdoor sex.
Yo, chill out. Whoa.
Y'all tongue kissing your mamas and shit over there and shit.
No. You talking about men that been to prison. Chill out.
No, nigga sound like for a while, man. Nigga, like, bro.
What is
Nigga, that book. MCs know how to perform their songs on stage. That's different. Yeah, move the crowd. He said, "Was Stack Bundles a part of Dipset?"
Yes, he was. He was a part of Bird Gang. That's when Dipset broke up. He was with Jimmy. He was him and Max B was writing Jimmy's music.
He said Silk's and Soccer first 2 albums are fire.
No, they weren't. Dreezy. Stop.
Nori made the Neptune.
Dreezy, you need to be quarantined.
Ronaldo salute. He said, I met Silk the Soccer Master P in 98. When I was in high school, Silk was about 60. Oh, them niggas tall.
Kofi, Silk the Shaka is utter trash. Yes.
You want to start something? You know, he was sweet on that song, Master P. The first P song they shot the video for.
Yo, Ben Ball. Let me tell you. Did you ever see that interview where Ben Ball said he was the head of A&R at what was it? Priority Records, right? So he said that he had two projects, right? 2 artists to work with. Jay-Z and them had just signed a 1-album deal for Reasonable Doubt, right? And they had Master P. So he said that he got Master P the placement for 4321. I know you've seen the video with Master P and 4321, the remix, right?
Yeah.
So he said they pushing Master P heavy because they just gave him all this money, right? And he said he trying to listen to the album. And he was like, bro, till this day, I'll tell you to P's face. He said that shit was utter garbage. I didn't understand why people were buying it. He said, but we couldn't.
Where's Ben Baller from?
Ben Ball is from LA.
Come on, that's why.
He said, bro, I didn't understand why people were buying this shit. He said, but we couldn't keep it on the shelves. He said, and Jay-Z's album was way better. He said, and it wasn't moving like that. He was like, people didn't want to take a chance on it. Nothing. He was like, don't get me wrong, Master P's an incredible businessman. He said, but I thought his music was garbage.
Because them niggas don't believe nothing that exists outside of the East and the West Coast. That's exactly it.
True.
So the shit that he was talking about, they wasn't even really rappers.
But he did say, but what Ben Baller did say, he said he respected him because he went from Louisiana and used Too Short's formula.
They really sound like they sound like Oakland and Richmond rappers because they never saw New York. Like I said before, that's because it's a gap. Like, of course, that shit was hot. I don't know what he was talking about. That shit was hot. But the niggas on the East and West Coast, they didn't know how to catch up.
Not Silk the Shaka.
And people bought it. What you talking about?
People did buy it.
Let me tell
you something.
His shit sold more than Mystical shit did.
Listen. I know that. And remember, we had said that outside of the 2 rappers to me, outside of the 2 rappers that really brought the Neptunes back was Mystical for the South and Nori for the East Coast. They really got the Neptunes those placements because if it wasn't
Mystical probably would have been the best rapper of all time had that nigga not went to jail, bro.
If it wasn't for Shake Your Ass, there's no way Britney Spears is calling no Pharrell or no, you know what I'm saying?
Danger!
Yeah, or Danger. No, come on now.
I think his earlier shit was better though, in my opinion though. That shit was more commercial, dog. Like
it was more, but it sound good. But it sound real good.
It did. It was a commercial. You know what I'm saying?
It sound real good though.
Been around since '95.
It sound, but it wasn't like it was. Like I said, it was more.
But
song structure.
They had real rappers though, like Fiend. They had. What's old girl that was with him? What's old girl? I see the face in my head, bro. Sheesh.
She had that hair. Fiend got a great delivery, by the way. I don't know if he still work with Currency.
Mia Young, Mia X, my bad.
Yes,
Mia X. I mean, they had my man who went to jail just got out too.
Who?
Mac. He was a.
Oh yeah.
He was, he
You
said
said
he was
Magic
most
too,
talented.
right? You said Magic.
Oh, Magic.
Yeah.
Shit. C Murder was my nigga too.
No, C Murder was the one who I liked. I liked C Murder.
And
then
C
remember,
Murder, I done done shit that you ain't never heard of.
Oh, now all y'all didn't heard of me. I'm C Murder.
Yeah, that nigga was that nigga.
Hey, look, CJ. Snoop Dogg said that he started getting money when he signed a No Limit. He ain't had no money.
Suge had everything.
Yeah, Suge had everything in his name. That's why Tupac was only worth they said $100,000 when he died, because everything was in Suge name.
Yeah, let me get out of here, man. I'm getting ready for this draft. Appreciate y'all for sliding through.
CJ finna go watch some foosball. I'm finna go drop some money off to the plug.